All right, hey there, Rivet crew. Happy Thursday. Workout today. We're doing 5 rounds for time. This time will include 1 minute of rest between each round, right? So your final time and score will include those 1 minute's of rest. 5 rounds today. We're doing 30 push-ups, 20 deadlifts, and some calories on the bike. So we have a body weight movement. We have a pretty moderately, actually kind of on a lighter side, weightlifting movement with our deadlifts. And we have a little bit of cardio with our bike. And again, as soon as you finish on the bike, check the clock, rest for exactly 1 minute before you start on the next round. Let's go through the movement. So we have 30 push-ups to start. Pretty big set of, I think push-ups are a great movement for improving, I should say, upper body pressing strength, the chest, the shoulders, the triceps. Great movement, but almost universally done incorrectly. So I'm going to do everything I can to try to get everybody doing them as well as possible. Having said that, set of 30. If you look at a set of 30 and you're like, well, I can do good push-ups, but I can't do 30 good push-ups, feel free to scale that number down. We can always scale reps down. So it may change that 30 into a 20. It might only be a 15. I'd really rather see you do 20 or 15 or whatever good push-ups like I'm about to demonstrate, as opposed to 30 kind of like janky looking push-ups that really aren't doing you as much good as they could. So first off, let's think about a plank, right? So when we're doing a push-up, we should be holding a plank the entire time. You know what a plank position is, right? We have a nice straight line through the hips and the knees. We have the butt tight, we have the belly tight, we have the quads squeezed. When we do a push-up, your body should stay in that exact same position. The knees should not bend. The hips should not sag. The belly should not get loose. None of that stuff should happen. It happens a lot. Let's try to avoid that. Think about maintaining that plank position throughout the entire motion. We also want to make sure the elbows are fully locked out at the top and the chest is touching the floor at the bottom. For both the push-ups and the deadlifts today, one further thing I want you to focus on is your shoulders and your hips and how they are moving together. Both the push-ups and the deadlifts, they should move simultaneously. With the push-up, like I said, imagine that plank position. If you're holding a nice tight plank, your shoulders and hips should go up at the same time, right? Again, because you're maintaining a plank position, right? Watch me from the side here, right? Shoulders and hips go all the way down as one piece, come right back up, same piece, nothing changed. My knees didn't bend, my hips didn't sag. That's a good push-up. This is what they should look like. Again, scale these as necessary. You should be able to get through your 30 push-ups or whatever variation you're doing in about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes at the absolute most, right? No more than 2 minutes spent at push-up station. Put your hands up on a box, grab a band, put it around the rig, whatever you need to do. Knee push-ups. Try to avoid knee push-ups. I'm not a huge fan of those, but if you need to, just similar, because of what space you're in, feel free. But yeah, again, even better yet, drop that number down to something that you actually can do. All right. Well, I won't go into common faults. There's so many of them. But yeah, try to make it look like a nice solid plank. Maintain that plank straight up and straight down. There you go. Deadlifts. So moderately weighted deadlifts today. Sets of 20 in each round. You should be able to get through that with 1, maybe 2 breaks at the most, right? Either straight through or 1 break, maybe 2. Sure, shoot for no more than 1 though. But for this one, same thing with shoulders and hips moving at the same time, right? When we're pulling from the floor, whether it's a kettlebell or a barbell. Good setup position here. Heels are down, shins are relatively vertical, right? The hips are right in between knees and shoulders. So what tends to happen sometimes is people will actually shoot their hips up first, then they'll open up the hips. So we're kind of like moving the hips without actually moving the weight at all. So we want to kind of have the hips down a little bit. And as we press into the floor, right? Remember, deadlift's way more about pressing than it is about pulling. We're pressing into the floor. Those hips and shoulders should rise simultaneously. And then when the bar gets to the knees, we bring those hips forward, right? One time. So we'll practice a little pause work in class today. But hips and shoulders come up at the same time. Then drive those hips forward at the top. Good deadlift position. All right? So we'll get a 5 rounds time. This workout, I'm hoping it's going to take somewhere in probably the low end. Will be like in the 18, 19, 20 range. Higher end will probably be in the 27, 28, 29 minute range, depending on particular athletes and the scales you use. So somewhere there. Longer piece today, but you do get a minute of rest. I'd say that the push-ups are going to be the most challenging piece for most people. So again, scale appropriately, get them done, have fun. Talk to you tomorrow.